Hello and welcome everyone to our another episode of Object Oriented ABAP on YouTube with me Amrit. So in the previous session we discussed our inheritance concept and we saw the overview and all the types of inheritance that are there in Object Oriented. Now we will continue our series and we will discuss the implementation of it. So it will be single inheritance implementation. Single inheritance implementation. We are going to discuss it by taking a wonderful example where we will use the concept of both constructors and joins. So what does this single inheritance is? Introduction. So inheritance is one of the most important properties of the object oriented programming. It's one of the most important properties of the object oriented programming. Then single inheritance is used to inherit the feature of only one parent class to the child class. That is, there will be one parent class and there will be a child class which will be accessing its properties, parent and child. Okay. Now what I will do, I will take a requirement so that we can easily understand this. We will have one requirement on this which we will implement here. So what requirement is saying, we want to display the sales order details using VBAK and VBAP table from the child class. Okay, and here what I will do, use the constructor and the field symbol to display it. Constructor to take input for the sales document number and the field symbol to display it. Perfect, right? We are going to implement this requirement. So I will go to my SAP system. I will log in. I will go for SE38 G single inheritance. Create single inheritance in object oriented ABAP. Type as executable. I will pass the package and transport request. Okay. I will have a definition here. So class parent definition and class. Then class parent implementation and class. And then we have our child which will inherit its feature. So child definition inheriting from the parent and class. This is how things goes on. So how you are going to write it here, if you have to define the syntax of single inheritance. So class parent, or let's just copy this thing. This is how it is going to write it here. Class parent implementation, and after that for child we will use this inheriting from keyword. So how can I write it here? Okay. Inheriting from keyword is used to inherit the parent class. Okay. Yeah, now I'll go back to my system. So here I will have my public section followed by protected section followed by private section. In the private section I will define one sales document number. So Veblen is my sales document number. Let's go to SE11 VBAK table display Veblen. Okay, so its data element is Veblen VA, type Veblen VA. Okay, here I will define my methods. So methods first will be constructor, which will have one importing P sales, type the same one Veblen VA. Then I will have my sales display. So sales order display. Okay, this is what we are going to do here. Now I will go for implementation. So method constructor and method, and in between I will have my input. So my Veblen is variable LV Veblen is equal to P sales. Okay, perfect. Then I will go for the implementation. So method sales order display and method. Now here I want to use the data from both VBAK. So I will take some fields from this VBAK table, and I also take some fields from my VBAP table, which is the line item table from VBAK, and both have got the primary key Veblen. Okay, so I will go for this item implementation. So I will go for inline data declaration, select Veblen ERDAT, ERZDT, ERNUM, VBTYP from VBAK. Then I will go for item also, Posner and Matner from VBAP, from VBAK as sales header, inner join, VBAP as sales item. Okay, so sales header, sales header, and followed by the tilde operator is used in ABAP programming to refer the fields. So I am just using that. So sales header, sorry, this one will be from item. So item, sales item on sales header, inner join on sales header dot Veblen is equal to sales item Veblen. Okay, into table @data LT sales where finally the where condition, where VBELN is equal to escaping operator, the variable that we are taking input via constructor. Let's check the error. oh sorry, variable lv. Yeah, now I will check. Babbling is ambiguous. Okay, so it will be where sales header tilde operator. Now it's perfect. This is how we are going to write our query using the inline data declaration. Okay, so this will become your writing logic, and then we will display it in the same method. If you don't want, you can display it in the same method. So displaying data, I will use here field symbol. So loop at LT sales, assigning field symbol FS sales and loop, and I will simply go and print it. Write statement FS sales Veblen copy its name, let's paste it. Here DAT, here ZDT, here num, BBTYP, Posner, Matner. Okay, that's perfect, no error is there. Right now we can directly go for it. Now the beauty of this inheritance is we will not have to go for this particular constructor. By default, if you are going for the object of this child, it will be able to access this constructor method also. Let's see that part. I will go here, I will go for start of selection, and I will create the object. So data hello underscore object is equal to new keyword and the object of my child. Just see this child class. Here I will pass the input p sales, that is this constructor is expecting for our parent class. So p sales is equal to, let's go to VBAK and let's see some input here. I'll go for execute. I'll copy this Veblen and I will paste it here. Okay, then I will simply call it. So hello obj, the method which we will display our output, where it is sales order display. So sales. Okay, perfect. Let's check. I will put here one debugger. I'll go for execute. Desktop 3, I will go for F5. Our value is getting assigned LB Veblen. Okay, that's perfect. Now we'll go for this method calling. Inside this logic is getting called. Size of RC is still 0, that is our logic is correct. Double click. Yes, we are getting the record. Now you can simply display it. So perfect. So this is how you can inherit the feature of one parent class to child class, and using the child class will be able to access all the properties of the parent class. This is the beauty of it. This method can be in protected section also. You will be able to still access it in the child class. It is not that mandatory. Okay, so this is all about this video. Thank you very much for watching. We will continue from next part.